Hello students, welcome back to today's video session class. As we have already started chapter number 8, water, and we have already done up to anomalous expansion of water up to page number 130. Now today I will continue this chapter from page number 131, that is chemical properties of water. So we have already seen that physical properties of water. Now chemical properties. Pure water is a neutral liquid. It is neither acidic on nature or basic in nature, and it has no effect on litmus paper also. So on heating over 2000 degrees Celsius and on passing electricity, it decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. So when water I either heated at 2000 degrees Celsius or electricity is passed, it decomposes to hydrogen and water. That we have already seen in the chapter hydrogen also. Now the main chemical property, that is the reaction of water with non-metals, with carbon. So we will see one by one. Reaction with non-metals, with non-metals. Okay, so first of all, with non-metals, number one, when non-metals reacts, chemical reaction with non-metals, what we'll see when carbon reacts with water, it's a non-metal, it gives a water gas, that is carbon monoxide, with hydrogen, that is called water gas. Okay, so with also some release of heat energy. Okay, next reaction with chlorine. When water reacts with chlorine, Cl plus H2O, what you will get? When chlorine reacts with water, it gives HCl. First of all, it gives HCl plus HClO. Okay, hydrogen chloride plus hydrochlorous acid, hydrochloric acid and hydrochlorous acid. Okay, when after that, when hydrochlorous acid, HClO, what happened? With further reacts with HCl, what it will give? It will give, it decomposes to HCl and oxygen. Okay, so overall reaction when chlorine reacts with water, when chlorine reacts with water, it gives when chlorine reacts with water, it gives hydrochloric acid plus oxygen gas. So overall reaction, when you write it like this, Cl2 plus H2O, it gives HCl plus O2. Now you can do the balancing also. So here hydrogen 2, so it will be 2, chlorine with 2, here chlorine 2, oxygen, oxygen is 2 here, so again you have to do 2. Okay, so we have to do the balancing also to form this equation. And the chlorine is added to the drinking water, it disinfect the water, and the process is called chlorination. So chlorine is also added to the water for to kill germs. Okay, now the reaction of water with non-metals, like oxide. Number 3 is reaction of water with non-metallic oxide. The oxide of non-metals like carbon, sulfur, nitrogen, sulfurous and etc. dissolve in water to form acids. Okay, so any kind of carbon dioxide, suppose if you take carbon dioxide CO2 plus H2O, what you will get? you will get H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. You will get carbonic acid. So most of the non-metallic oxides, when comes in contact with water, H2O, they will give easily dissolve in water. Okay. Similarly, that we are using in case of cold drinks. Next, with sulfur dioxide, when sulfur dioxide again SO2 reacts with water, what we will get? It will get H2CO3, H2SO3. When further H2SO3 reacts with oxygen, it gives H2SO4. So you have to do again, then the balancing you have to do. So when sulfur dioxide reacts with water, first of all it gives sulfurous acid, but after the further reaction with sulfurous acid reacts with oxygen, it will give sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Now next point is reaction with metals. Water reacts with metals. Different metals react differently with water depending upon their position in the metal reactivity series, because according to metal activity series, the metal which are above the hydrogen in the activity series, they displaces the hydrogen from water and to produce hydrogen gas, and metal oxides are formed. But whereas the metals which are below the hydrogen in the metal activity series, like copper, gold, silver, they does not react with water so rapidly, okay, to form oxides of metals and hydrogen to release hydrogen gas. Next is but when sometime few metals reacts with cold water, sometimes few metals reacts with hot water also. Sometime for reaction we need to pass steam over the some metals. Okay, so we will see that one by one how the water reacts with the different metals. Now see. Now generally what we see is some metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, they react with water vigorously with cold water only. So reaction of with metals. Okay. So first of all, first reaction is when potassium reacts with water. When potassium reacts with water, it gives potassium hydroxide, KOH, plus with the release of hydrogen gas. Okay, so here water is taken as cold water. Here it is cold water. So potassium reacts with potassium, sodium, calcium are generally react with vigorously with cold water only. Okay, the next with hot water. So magnesium. Number 2, when magnesium reacts with water, so this water is hot water. The water is here hot. Again it will give magnesium hydroxide, MgOH whole 2 with the release of hydrogen gas. With the release of hydrogen gas. So here magnesium does not react with cold water, but it will only react with hot water to give magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. After that with steam. So we have to when you take a steam to magnesium, again you will get magnesium oxide. So Mg, when you passed over hot water, not is you have to pass steam over the magnesium. What you will get, now you will not get magnesium hydroxide, and in the case of hot water you have seen you will get magnesium oxide only. You will get magnesium oxide when reacts with steam is passes over this and with the release of again hydrogen gas. Another most important example of when you pass steam over red hot iron. When you passed over red hot iron, H2O, steam, what you will get? You will get Fe2, Fe3O4 plus H2. So 4 and 4, here is 3. So when steam is passed over red hot iron, it will give ferric hydroxide and water and release of hydrogen gas. Just like magnesium, aluminium also react with rapidly with steam to give aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, so these are the reactions of metals with water. Another is metals with reaction of water with metallic oxides. What happens when water will metallic oxides will comes in contact with water? Reaction with metallic hydroxide, water with metallic hydroxide, with metallic hydroxides. So generally when water reacts with metallic hydroxide or metallic oxides, what will happen? Since metallic oxides are generally basic in nature, when react with water, they gives a water soluble compound that are called alkalis. Okay, so what we'll see when, for example, potassium K2O plus water when reacts, you will get potassium hydroxide. It is an alkali. This is an alkali. Okay, this is alkaline. Potassium hydroxide is a strong alkaline. Similarly, when calcium oxide reacts with water, what will get? Calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole 2. Again, it is a weak alkali. It is a weak alkali. So what are alkalis? Alkalis are the water soluble bases are called alkalis. So remember this, alkalis are those when reacts with water soluble bases are called alkalis. So in this way, what we have seen the chemical properties of water. Okay, so lots of chemical properties of water are there. Reaction with metals, reaction with non-metals, then reaction with metallic hydroxides, and so many conditions are there for reactions of metals with water, hot water, cold water, steam, etc. So I hope you have understood all the things, chemical properties of water in today's video class. I hope you have enjoyed this class also. So if you get any doubts, please do ask me in your doubt clearing class, or you can ask me by over the phone from 9 to 10 p.m. any day. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.